Ifakojaye up to this moment is the fact that everyone that were supposed to be leaders that will sit to take that decision, all of them were always jostling for the same position at all times. So at the end of the day, you have no one to, you know, to decide on what and what. So, and that gives birth to external influence on our politics here. And because, sorry, let me quickly drop this. And because all of them, because they cannot agree with him, and so they run to the external external forces. And those, at the end of the day, whatever decision is made by those external forces, they all abide by it. Why? Because they took themselves there. Yeah. They don't come to the
you know one thing. The behavioral pattern, if I must align with you,
okay, sir,
have a very grave consequences if the electorate know their rights. If the electorate know that yes, my PVC is my right, it's my power, and I can use it.
But sir, before we get to that, the use of the PVC, like he says something that until that the party belongs to some people, and I must agree with him. Why? Because when you have a party, when the Congress is coming and everybody has the right to jostle for position in the party and all of that. Yeah. Have you asked them, the politicians, how many of them actually come out to say that I am interested in becoming the party chairman and goes to the party's secretariat to purchase a form with his own money to contest for that position? None. Even when it is announced that, okay, the party Congress will come up on so day and all of that, nobody moves. So everybody is waiting for probably the council chairman or anybody that has the money to buy the forms and then give to them. So at the end of the day, who pays the pipers dictates the tone.
Okay, let's
so we have to agree with that.
Comrades, let me quickly say something because I wanted to interrupt Comrade Jude before. The results, we have some results.
Yes.
Some could be conflicting, but some of them agree, except in few cases.
Yes.
And the few cases that we don't have agreement happen to be in Ojokoro. Do you understand? But even with the results in Ojokoro, the total votes is not up to 10,000. Now, from the document that has been circulated, that is the official result. Yeah. Honorable Olabi was, I don't want to say adopted, was said to have won with 22,000 votes. Where did that come from?
How do we prove it? And who is going to prove that, sir?
Maybe there are some external words that are not within the local government.
And the reason why I said initially that on the part of the electorate, I mean the contestant, the aspirant also, there is a level of insincerity. Because if all of us has to go by that result of that primary, then probably is either the whole primary is cancelled or we agree to some point. Because like the word H in Ojokoro that was in contention where the 8,000 votes comes from. If you look at the subsequent, I mean the previous election, you will discover that for presidency it was over 10,000 in that same word. I'm coming, sir.
That was a sham. That presidency was a sham.
The Senate for the
What is the membership rate?
What you don't understand in that word is this. Because now we are about to 20 words, sir. Hold on, sir. We are about to 23 words.
Can you assure me that during the general election we will have up to 8,000 votes in that?
Let's be sincere with ourselves. Our present, the incumbent MHR,
yes,
the total vote of Ifakojaye, Ojokoro, and
registered voters
that voted for him,
yes,
that brought him to office, right, brought him up to 7,000.
Yes.
Agreed?
And that has his own
reason.
You understand
with that?
You understand me? And I will tell you, that means, let's even assume 75% of people that voted are party members.
Yes.
Wasn't up to 7
Let's agree that.
So for you now to come and tell us that yes, you have 22,000, you have 30,000, you have this in it. See, if you must lie, if you must falsify results, let's do it intelligently.
No, sir. But if you talk about that election, I can tell you that that election is different from now. You know, you have a situation whereby all the state apparatus in terms of security were mobilized for one just election. That is one election that I said it is
the total votes that brought in the present chairman of Ojokoro LCDA, the total HID, the total votes casted to bring him to office wasn't up to 13,000. The records are there.
Okay.
The records are there. So all of a sudden, we are having 20,000, 30,000.
Don't forget that now APC has about 5 million members
on paper.
And the people, we are made to understand that the people that voted for this particular primaries were people that were registered in 2014.
No, that was
in some years, but that rule was not adhered to, because I know that if
that nullifies the entire primary.
The people with sleep were allowed to vote.
They know what
sorry, let me just say something.
Let
my own concern is this. We all know that the results were all falsified, not only in Fakojai. Don't let us go into that one. My concern is, as a voter, as a member of my party, I now decide to go out, according to my party dictator, go and vote. And we went out, mobilize ourselves within our ward, we members, and to go and vote. Is it within our rights as members to know our results or not? One. Two, if our results are not known, and you want even to, let's even talk about consensus. What is consensus?
So you are talking as a member of the party.
As a member of the party that we went out to do our the primary election that was to be conducted. Is it within their rights to know the outcome of the election, the result? That's one. Number two, if we are talking about consensus, these are four of us now. We are contesting for one post. You understand? Consensus means that all of us should sit down
and agree.
It is this one. No, it is not this one. No, it is not this one. No. Then if our agreement could not come into time, maybe the Council of Elders, with all of us, these four of us will still be there. Yeah. And we're not going to vote. And we will not come out with a consensus. And we will not transmit it to our members. This is the way we have now agreed. And this is how the modality will follow.
From another
when four of them could not.
Okay.
That is an aspect that I think we need to disagree, and
we
then
totally.
we need to.
Let us come out from
we can go to
especially that and external influence is a respected, right, honorable.
Sir, who's that? Who's the representative going to represent? Is it we the people
or the external forces? So that is where we'll stop. Then we'll come back after this break.
Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you haven't, please log on to youtube.com and search for Ifakojai Television Blitz. Click the red button to subscribe and do not forget to thumb up. You can also connect with us on any of our social media platforms, website www.ifakojai.tv.com, Twitter @IfakojaiTV, Facebook Ifakojai TV Lagos, Instagram Ifakojai TV, email address ifakojai.television@gmail.com. My name is Mustafa Adamola. I endorse Ifakojai Television. Ifakojai Television, the pride of the people.
Ifakojai Television. Ifakojai Television. Gbangba la ṣántà àwọ̀ kí ìlú mọ̀, Olúwa ló fi rán wa, adé ọ̀kín òjò tẹ̀yẹkẹ́yẹ.
Yes. Ilé-iṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán kan tàn wàràwàrà nísìnyí tí gbogbo ayé ń wò, Ifakojai Television. Ó ní màmá Rísí ń wò, màmá Bíọ́lá wò, ìyá Táwà ń wà, bàbá Bánkọ́lé ń wò, gbogbo wa àwo Ifakojai Television ní www.ifakojaiTV.com. Má yí kó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, máa wò lọ.
Ìfàkọ̀ìjàyè tẹlifíṣàn.
Ìfàkọ̀ìjàyè TV. Ìfàkọ̀ìjàyè TV.
Ìfàkọ̀ìjàyè TV.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching, guys.
Gbangba la ṣántà àwọ̀ kí ìlú mọ̀, Olúwa ló fi rán wa, adé ọ̀kín òjò tẹ̀yẹkẹ́yẹ.
Ìfàkọ̀ìjàyè tẹlifíṣàn. Keep watching.
ẹ máa wo Ìfàkọ̀ìjàyè tẹlifíṣàn. Make sure you wo ẹ máa wo Ìfàkọ̀ìjàyè tẹlifíṣàn. Make sure yìí kò mbẹ make sure kò ló lọ síbòmí, just dúró sórí www.Ìfàkọ̀ìjàyè.television.com. Thank you.
You are welcome back. We hope you use that opportunity of the commercial break to have a lighter stuff to relax yourself and enjoy. Now that we are back, we want to assure you that we want to give you the best, because I still have my comrades, my panelists in the studio. I have comrade Benga Agoye, I have Honorable Prince Taiwo Shomo. I also have comrade Jude Undo, who's also a community leader. The topic we'll be discussing is APC's primaries nationwide. Was it an election, a selection, or an imposition? We've discussed Imo State, Lagos State. Maybe quickly we go to Zamfara because of the new development. There's a new development that INEC has barred the APC from presenting any candidate, from governorship downwards. So, which means it's only presidential candidate that Zamfara people will have the opportunity to vote for. And why? The reason is that they did not meet the deadline of October 7 to submit the candidates. And why did they miss the deadline? Because of this problem we are talking about, imposition. Problems here, problems there. Your thoughts?
Like I said earlier, I believe that for every party in each state, as in the party and the chapter is in each state, they must have a way of reconciling and resolving issues, most especially after congresses. There's usually going to be issues. There's no perfect congress. And so when you have such, you must put in place a mechanism to quickly resolve the issue so that it doesn't escalate to become a burden. And that's look, you can see what is causing the party in the whole state when they even have a sitting government. So automatically they lost to the opposition party. The only thing that could happen now is if they move the whole structure to probably another party, that they feel that okay, if they are on ground, that they can win election with it and then come back to the party. Aside from that, I don't see the magic. So they will just give the state to the opposition.
Your thoughts, comrade Shomo?
It's quite unfortunate. Zamfara State is a northeastern state, and this is the only state in Nigeria that has been into one direction politically since 1999 that we came back. It has not been ruled by PDP or any other party. It was from ENPP to NPP, then to APC. The opposition party, the major opposition party, which is PDP, has never had any cause to rule that state. But having said that, it is unfortunate that the state, which happens to the present governor, Yari, is the governor and chairman of the Governors Forum. It's unfortunate that they could not manage this crisis before the thing now went out. But having said that, the national body too should have its own blame in this issue. But let us correct one thing. It is not INEC that actually banned Zamfara State, the APC chapter. It is the law.
Okay.
The electoral
law.
It is the law. INEC only made them to understand that, look, you have flouted the Electoral Act.
Comrade,
Sir.
it is INEC
It is not
that
INEC.
barred them
No.
by provision of the law.
No, it's
the law itself will not come out.
It is INEC that is following the law now. It is not INEC.
In
that
following the law, INEC barred. The law did not issue the statement. INEC did.
INEC said we can no longer accept.
So INEC will not tell you that you are being banned from. INEC just because I read the letter. INEC was not calling the attention that with what you have done,
Yes.
unable to submit,
Because of that,
it
you
is
have been
now
banned.
clear that your party will not participate. Will not participate in all this.
Okay, let me go to Comrade Jude. Very briefly.
Yes, I think it's good for our democracy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's good for APC to land.
It's good for
and all other parties.
It's good for our democracy. It's good we begin to test the might of INEC. How independent-minded is INEC as an institution? For them to have that courage to say yes, no, we must implement the law, because they can as well. They have the choice. They can as well turn the other way around and pretend as if they don't even know that such laws exist, and not even will not fall. But for them to have that courage to say no, yes, let's play by the rules.
We should commend them.
We should commend INEC. We should commend the independent. We should commend the stand on that. Like I said, it's good. We are growing. It's good for democracy.
Okay. I have so many comments here already, but I already have two. The first one says imposition does not mean party supremacy. That is to say, when you talk of party supremacy, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to impose. What do you see? How do you see that? Comrade Jude, let me start with you. Briefly, sir.
Imposition does not mean party supremacy. That's on paper.
Some paper.
Yeah, but practically, party supremacy in Nigeria here is imposition. How do you know that I'm in charge of this party if I'm not imposing? And this is we must change this cycle. We must change our orientation from this type of thinking.
So you don't like it?
I don't like it because it's not going to grow our democracy. It's not good. We are not going to bequeath this type of democracy to our children, to our generation. No, it's not too good for us.
I'll skip you. Your thoughts, briefly.
Well, we keep saying that the party is supreme, and it's basically because you as an aspirant, you need a platform to run. So if you have signed on to that platform, the decision of the platform, whether favorable or not, is something that you have to agree with.
Okay.
So now, whether you like it or not, whatever decision they take, whether it's imposition or you don't, whatever it is, they have the final say.
So supremacy is also imposition.
It is, because
the way it is now.
when the owners of the party say this is the way I want my thing, so you just have to agree with it.
Let me come to you.
We are missing
Very
words.
briefly.
If actually what we have is party, there's no room for imposition. Party means collection of people. You don't have treat. If you want to give yourself treat, be on your own, register as an independent, and you can do whatever you want to. But as long as we have in Nigeria, a party is the collection of people. So for any position to succeed or for any consensus to succeed, it must be in accordance with the acceptance of every member of that particular party.
Okay, I think we need to go for a quick break and we'll be right back.
Ìfàkọ̀ìjayé tẹlifíṣàn gbangba làṣántà àwò kí ìlú mọ̀ olúwa ló fi rán wa adé orí òkè òṣìṣẹ́ ẹ̀kẹ́yẹ orúkọ mi ni Dámilọ́lá Mustapha Ìfàkọ̀ìjayé tẹlifíṣàn ẹ máa wò lọ.
Ìfàkọ̀ìjayé tẹlifíṣàn Ìfàkọ̀ìjayé tẹlifíṣàn gbangba làṣántà àwò kí ìlú mọ̀ olúwa ló fi rán wa adé ọ̀kín òjò tẹyẹkẹyẹ.
Yes, sir, welcome back again. We have another comment, and this one says, in my view, Oshiomhole is committing too many errors across the country through impositions and double standard. How can you give some legislators automatic tickets and tell some to pass through elections? How can the National Working Committee announce results different from the results submitted? How can you be bragging over fraudulent actions instead of placatory moves? I'm 100% sure that many people will revolt because of his actions. Let me start with you.
Definitely, the outcome of these primaries across states is going to have an effect on the party. But the quantum of effect is what we might not really be able to say now. Definitely, some people will feel aggrieved, some will leave the party in protest, some will vote against the party, some will stay there and make sure that they wreck it down, while some will just accept it as well. Let's wait for as their fate. Let's wait for another time. But definitely, there's going to be an effect across board. One is Zamfara. Unfortunately, is a disaster now for the party.
Okay, Comrade Jude.
Yeah, just like I said, definitely it's going to have its effects, but the leadership of the party, they are experienced game players. They've been in this trade for a very long time. They know how to maneuver such this type of position reaction.
Okay.
But every day for the thief, one day for the owner. We're getting to a point that yes, the community people,
they're getting wiser.
The citizenry are getting wiser. That one day we will tell them yes, we actually yeah, you can tag me as a slave, but one day I will tell you I'm a freeborn.
Yes.
And I tell you, please, that's your Gary, keep it.
Keep it.
You know, we're getting
let it fast.
Yes,
Comrade Agoye.
Well, one of the things I think the national chairman of the APC has not done well is the fact that in his way or wisdom of trying to prevent the state chapter of the party to impose candidates on the party, he decided to appoint national working committee, through the national working committee, some electoral committees. And some of these guys, when they got to the individual state, whether you like it or not, they need to meet the governor, who has the financial, you understand? So, and they want to eat out of it. So when you get to the governor and he tells you, you know what, this is what is going to happen. And irrespective of what happened on the field, this is what I want. And that's the problem I think we have. So, and there's no way, if you want them to come and conduct an election there, it should have been able to also pick from the state chapter of the party. You know, maybe you make it a 5-man panel, and probably, if you want to make it better, pick somebody from the civil society, who is also a neutral person, to be among them. So that if every other one agrees, and that one sees that there's lapses and loopholes in this, it can rightly correct and say that no, this is not the way it should be done. But now we're having multiple crises because the system, you know, if you look at Lagos, when the issue of the governorship stuff started, the committee that was sent to Lagos gave a different, they said there hasn't been election. Why the national chairman is saying that there has been election. And
that committee could be faulted because they were
in their hotel enjoying themselves, they didn't come to the field. So at the end of the day, before in 12 hours time, they come and say that okay, we are writing the results based on what was done in the morning. And so that for me is a compromise.
Okay.
Yes. Bringing in civil society into an internal affairs
of the
party will be viewed as if there will definitely become problems.
Okay.
And that is the reason why, because it's an internal affair, they want to leave it. It's purely for APC members.
But now it's going beyond being an internal affair because the civil society, the community, and everybody they are interested in what is going on. Observation and comments.
Now let's go to Oyo very briefly, and we'll go to Ogun at the same time. So let's start with Oyo State. At the same time, we go to Ogun, and you have just 1 minute to do that. In Oyo, we have crisis, and if care is not taken, APC might lose Oyo, might lose at least the governorship and at least one senatorial district and minimum of 2 federal constituency.
Well, I don't think the APC will lose the governorship, but I know that it's most likely that the House of Assembly and Reps will go to other parties because the Laminational Foundation has been so disenfranchised, and I learned today that even Dapo Adesina has left the party to another party to seek.
Did you see the letter he wrote to Ashwari?
Yes, I saw the letter.
Read it?
And you know, the problem that we complain of PDP is what is happening in
APC now.
In some states it was permitted, because now when you make the governor the head of the party and decides on how who becomes what, without even minding the structure on ground and acknowledging the fact that these people are the ones that own the structure, they are the majority and this is the minority. And so when you have that large chunk of people, like something that's a kind of a case that we have in Osun of recent, you know, when the SSG left the party, and then we could not manage those crises. And those are the things that, and if you look at Oyo politics, it has always been like that. In the last, even in this government, the APC does not have the majority in the state house of assembly.
Now, then, let's consider, what's the name? Alawa Akala.
Coming from the
Ogbomoso block, and Ogbomoso has
a very
large voting block, and he left APC now for another party. Considering that, DG, what's his surname again? Who's the PDP candidate? Is also from Ibadan. Okay. So in which case, Ibadan votes will be shared. Sheyi Makinde, thank you, sir. Sheyi Makinde. And now, that leaves APC with Oyo. That's the only place they have their stronghold. Would that be enough for APC to win the
They will still have their votes from Ibadan too.
What of Okeogun?
Because
you see Okeogun in Baraba?
It's a tough.
They don't want it.
It's going to be a tough call.
Let's be frank with ourselves. Yeah. The present governor of Oyo State has not been doing well.
Yes.
He's not been doing well for the image of the party.
Yes. Managing crisis.
And it's not autocratic. To my life, it's a
very.
I'm sorry to say.
We should also remember that we should take cognizance of this Shitu's factor.
Yes.
He was screened out of the system. The present minister for communication. And he said,
for his own fault.
For his own fault. But I know politics is not, they won't accept that it's for his own fault anyway. And his own supporters as well, because they are dreaming that he is coming to be the governor. They may not, if not properly managed, this Alawa Kala factor, the Shitu factor, of recent, the populace, the governor fights with the populace.
Yes.
You know,
his fight with
this
artist, this Fuji artist is there,
so many.
And then the issue of the
Obas. You know,
so much.
It's been one crisis or the other in Oyo State.
Okay.
I think the executive governor of Oyo State has actually killed the party in the state. We have to tell ourselves the truth. I read this Adedapo additional stuff that I said his father will not even forgive him
if he stays in
APC. But having said that, the party, the national level, I still wonder, like he said, they've been in the business of politics for so long a time. I still wonder where and how they are going to reconcile all these foreign factions. Oyo State, if care is not taken, if you remember the last by-election held about 2 months ago, it was the opposition that won that seat.
Especially Okeogun.
And Shitu, the minister, IT minister of communication, Shitu is actually boiling. And nobody can actually, Shitu has been a politician for all his life. Nobody can just take that away from him. And instead of the man now to be bridging gap, is even taking bulldozer to demolish the little structure that's left. So I doubt, in fact, APC getting Oyo State is in very strong contention. I doubt.
Okay, now let's go to Ogun State. I will start with you, Comrade Jude, because now the candidate of the preferred candidate of the governor, Bukunle Amosun, aka Onifila Kokoro, because that's what they call him online. Akinlade is not the candidate now. The candidate is Dapo. Abiodun is from Ijebu, whereas Akinlade is from Yewa. And I think Yewa and Awori, they didn't do a good job because they were not together. And they are in the minority, unfortunately. So for a minority to be a governor in Ogun State, they have to work with the majority. Of course. And now they've lost it up again now to an Ijebu person. And Ijebu and Abeokuta, they will work hand in hand. So regarding governorship, what do you think? And Sia himself has gotten the ticket to the Senate from his senatorial district retirement package. And that is the district, senatorial district previously occupied, even currently occupied by Awoteju, a prince of the land. So, am I starting with you? Yes.
Yeah, you see, what is happening in Ogun State, for me, is interesting. I like it. It's good for our democracy.
It's good for our democracy.
Yeah. I'm after institution. The governor cannot turn himself to be an institution.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We just have to face reality. For him to single-handedly pick a person and say, yeah, this is as if he's running his father's personal estate. Ogun State is nobody's personal estate, for crying out loud. And the people have spoken, the party has spoken, this is the person we want. And over time, I will say this, I'm not an apostle of zoning.
Okay.
I don't so much believe in zoning, I believe in merit. At the right time, Yewa people, when they present, at the right time, they present the right candidate, they will get it.
No, are you saying Akinlade is not the right candidate?
No, I say Yewa people this time.
Yes, Akinlade is from Yewa, yes. But the point is, it is not the
process. The process is
that is the problem. Akinlade is a good choice, but the process that brought him is fraught with a lot of.
Because at the time his name was released, there was a consensus list that the governor dropped
on his form.
Yes, for all the assembly, the senator, the House of Reps, including the governor, and the national party. The party at the national level rejected it and said no, go and give us a proper primary.
And it was conducted. Okay, before I come to your closing remarks, let me quickly give our viewers an opportunity to participate through your feedbacks. We need your feedbacks. It's very, very important. Our YouTube channel is Ifakojayi Television Blitz. Ifakojayi Television Blitz. We have a website www.ifakojayitv.com. Our Facebook account, just add us on Facebook account, is Ifakojayi TV Lagos. Ifakojayi TV Lagos. And you can follow us on our Twitter account. Our Twitter handle is at Ifakojayi TV. Instagram is at Ifakojayi TV, Ifakojayi TV. And our email address is ifakojayitelevision@gmail.com. Our phone numbers are 0805-196-4461, 0805-196-4461, or 0703-743-9891, 0703-743-9891. Before I come to the credits for those who are working with us, let's go to closing remarks. 30 seconds, sir. Your closing remarks before we go to the curtain.
Viewers, well, my closing remark is I just hope that this present situation will pass away. That the party, I would not like for the ruling party in Lagos, in Osun, in Ogun, in Oyo, to slip out of their hands. understand? So I want that block to remain so that there can be a kind of integration. But I still feel that the people's choice must stand, irrespective of the party that we represent or we want in power.
Comrade Shomoye.
Thank you. Unfortunately, you didn't allow me to talk about my home state as
which state?
Ogun State.
No, you know what? Quickly make that contribution before.
Let me just give my reason because
I need to hear you because that is your state.
Yeah, that's my own state.
Okay,
it's quite unfortunate that things are going the way it is. But the only thing is that since we will not blame Governor Musu, I'm not blaming him.
Okay.
He's taking precedence from somewhere. And that is what is happening. If you observe the crisis in all the southwest, in fact, up to the southeast, now everybody is trying to take ownership of the state as if it belongs to them. So they've seen somebody in Lagos doing that, it's not checked, and it's waxing stronger. So everybody wants to take control. If you observe what Governor Musu said, he said some people cannot sit down in Lagos hotel and be dictating to him what will happen in the state.
Okay.
You understand? But that is, let the people, that's one good thing about democracy. If only our people knows their rights. It is the people that will actually decide who will rule them. But having said that, my closing remark is this. I want people to know that there is no bad political party. Political party can be likened to football club. There is no bad club. It's only bad players. If you have committed players, they will give you results. If you set up another party or you go to America and bring the Democrats or the Republican Party to Nigeria, and with this kind of the crop of this player, they will still. So our issue is not about political parties. There is no party that the ideology says should be fraudulent because they all have. But for them to adhere strictly to the party's manifestos and the constitution is the main thing.
Okay, Comrade Jude.
My closing remark.
30 seconds.
That is very good. I will say, I will address the party leadership.
Okay, please do.
Particularly, we are addressing the topic today is for APC primaries.
Yes.
I will address the party leadership. Let them just be aware, particularly in Ifakojayi, the electorates are becoming wiser, day in, day out. The system we used 5-6 years ago will not be applicable today. And come 2019, we may have a different ball game altogether. The electorate may have a joker. Yeah, because the electorate are becoming wiser. So when taking decisions that boils down, that affects the people, please put the interest of the people, take it along with you. And take their thinking as well along in making decisions. Thank you.
Okay, before we go, I want to ask a quick question, 10 seconds please.
Okay.
With what has happened during these APC primaries, do you see any difference between PDP and APC? 10 seconds.
Well, the difference we have is I still feel APC still play politics as in real politics compared to PDP. I always tag PDP politics as a money politics.
Okay. And you, sir?
I don't see any difference in the two. It's just like you saying, is there any difference between AK-47 and AK-49? They are all just the same bunch of mother. They are from the same mother. It's only that. You see, like I would want to correct my brother. Politics and money, you cannot divide them. Forget it. There is nothing you accuse PDP of today. The APC is not even worse for it. So it is the players that actually need to, and that is why those people that have neutral feeling, or people that are always agitating, the armchair critics, they too need to come out and hijack this party from people that are just, bastardizing it.
Okay.
For me, the difference between APC and PDP, there's no difference. The only difference there is word. The only difference there is word. All other characters within the two parties are the same. If time permits, I will start highlighting it for you.
No, we don't have the time. We need to really thank those who are behind the scene. Firstly, let me thank the chairman of our editorial board, Tayo Mustafa. I want to thank Comrade Tunji Onolapo, who is a member of the editorial board, Comrade Shomoye Taiwo, also a member of the editorial board, Pastor Omolara Mustafa, member editorial board, Emmanuel Arogoto, who's the head of program, and I want to thank the guy behind the camera today who has been doing a lot of good job, Samuel Ishola Faloyi. Thank you very much. This is where we will draw the curtain today, but before we go, let me tell you that we are having another topic that is coming maybe shortly. The topic is PDP's convention, Articles Emergence, the genesis and revelations of Port Harcourt. PDP's convention, Articles Emergence, the genesis and revelations of Port Harcourt. We hope that you will stay with us when we bring this particular topic to your viewing homes. We want to thank you very much for being with us because you are so special. Without you, we are nobody. And again, I want to thank my dear comrade. Thank you very much for your time. God bless you, sir. And to my dear comrade, Shomoye Taiwo, thank you very much. We love you for all the time because you give us your time. And my dear comrade, Jude Ulo, the community leader of Reddit, we thank you for giving us your time. God bless you. So, our dear friends, bye-bye for now. We'll see you until another topic, another episode on politics and perspectives on Ifakojayi Television. Bye-bye for now.
Ifakojayi Television, Gbangba Lashanta, Awoki Ilumo, Olúwa ló fi rán wa, Adé orí òkè òṣìtẹ̀yẹkẹyẹ. Orúkọ mi ni Damilola Mustapha, Ifakojayi Television, ẹ máa wò lọ.
Ifakojayi Television. Ifakojayi Television. Gbangba Lashanta, Awoki Ilumo, Olúwa ló fi rán wa, Adé òkín òjò tẹ̀yẹkẹyẹ.